Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of Warlord TV. No, thank you all for being here. Let's see, who do we have in the chat? Robin Prater, Appalachian Mercantile, West Tennessee Prepper, Forrest, Oath Taker. Oh, P&P, let's go, he says. Somebody said, wakey, wakey. That's me. I see donkeys everywhere. I don't get that, but okay. Maybe something I said earlier. Who knows? Two-tiered justice. Now you see me, now you don't. You never know, especially with this algorithm. I'm glad you're all here. Thank you for being here. Hello from Hocking County, Ohio. One of the most beautiful places on earth. Hocking Hills. If you haven't been there, go there. It's awesome. Hello from Michigan. Hey, how you doing up there? Eagle Claw, Western Kentucky. Glad you're here. MacGyver Prepping. I'm on a roll this week. Yes. And now, if you didn't read earlier, further up in, I am on X, formerly Twitter. Tomorrow, I'll be posting my first video onto Patreon and X, different ones, of course. I'll be launching a Patreon tomorrow. And then we will also be looking into the TikTok because we're going to try to expand to as many platforms as possible. Rules for thee, but not for we. Now, as you know, most of you know by now, if there's a few of you who are new here, I am a retired psychological operations team chief for the U.S. Army. Okay? It means I was trained to create propaganda and trained to identify propaganda. So my main goal in the future, from here on out, we will still discuss prepping issues on this platform, but my main goal on this platform and other platforms is to look at the day or weekly events and weed through the bullshit. Left side, right side, whichever side, we're going to try to see where each side are bending the rules, rewording how they say things, omitting information, and the like, all right? Unbiased reality. Some people don't like that. Some people who were subscribers or are subscribers of this channel right now don't like some of the truth I put out sometimes. But I always base everything I say in facts, okay? And that's where we're getting at today. And some of you will not like this video. It will go against things that you've been conditioned by the mainstream media to accept as truth, but aren't truth, okay? So if you're watching, keep an open mind and use your mind. Don't let other people use your mind, all right? Now, as we've seen in this country, some will say two-tiered, the way the Biden crime family, this is what the right calls it, gets treated under laws, and the way the orange man bad is getting treated under laws. Yes, the way the rich versus the poor get treated. There are always have been, since the days of the Inquisition, two tiers of justice, depending on how deep your pockets are, all right, or your political alignments. Let's look at, for example, the way Antifa were treated for burning down police stations, businesses, vehicles, assaults, versus how January 6ers have been treated, being followed, stalked, surveilled by the U.S. government. Okay? You can clearly see there are two separate things. Let me hop in the chat real quick. From New Hampshire, Rob, I have to resubscribe every time I see your videos. That's the algorithm. That's just YouTube playing their YouTube games. Your pockets are loaded with lead. Good evening, Sherry Bogan. Glad you could be here. Danky Skull, thank you for being here. MacGyver Prepping. Y'all can't handle the truth. That was actually what I was going to use as the thumbnail for this, but I decided to go with the good old-fashioned Lady Justice, blind but equally weighing the scales. Okay? Hey, PMP, thank you for being here. Today, I want to help you traverse the murky waters of the propaganda machine that is full bore right now. Okay, and remember, as I've said, I was part of the problem. I was part of the machine at one point in time. And so I appreciate your mind. Thank you, Jimmy Lang. Appreciate that. Hey, Dynamite, glad you can be here. Now, we all know that horrible things happened in Israel, okay, almost 2 months ago, October, 7th. We know bad things happen, all right? And since then, there's been this ongoing conflict. But what's bothered me is that the media machine has been portraying one side very heavily as one way and one side as the other. And what I want you to know today, the information I want to give you today, is about the hardened prisoners, the criminal prisoners that the Israelis have been releasing. All right. Now, if you notice, now this is where you get to use your mind and think as an individual. If you notice over the past week, the past 5-6 days, they've had a truce. You've heard that the hostages have been being released and traded for hardened criminals. You've seen, I promise, I know if you've watched any of the news, you've seen pictures of these, these hostages, the little girl, the little 4-year-old, maybe the baby or the grandma that got released. I know you did. It's everywhere. If you haven't seen it, then you just haven't looked at any news. All right. So you've seen that. I'm willing to bet you haven't seen the prisoners that were released in exchange for them. I know you haven't, because I never did until I went looking for them. Today, I went looking. What are these? I want to see the type of scum that Israel's releasing from these prisons. And it turns out that almost 200 of them, 200 of the prisoners, the reason you haven't seen them, the reason Fox and CNN and all these other mainstream medias aren't putting the pictures of or the videos of the prisoners being exchanged, is because the prisoners, the Palestinian hardened prisoners, 200 of them, can you guess who they are? DB Cooper for the win. Women and children as young as 14 years old. You see, Israel has this thing, and you can Google it. It's called administrative detention. All right. Administrative detention is incarceration without trial or charge, alleging that a person plans to commit a future offense. It has no time limit and can be extended and extended and extended. So basically, if 3 kids, teenagers, 14, 15, one of them was throwing rocks at an Israeli cop, and the cops come rolling up on him and roll up him and all 3 of his buddies, guess what? They all 3 get incarcerated in a prison and get held without charge, without bail, and without any potential for future release. That's what Israel's doing. Okay. And those are the people predominantly that they're exchanging for their hostages. So when you look at it, you're exchanging hostages for hostages. I mean, yes, I promise you, some of the prisoners Israel has are nasty Hamas people. I promise you. But out of all the people they have, I also promise you this, that they're not going to release the really nasty ones. They're going to, you want 300 for that 100 people? Okay, well, we'll give you these 300. Well, it's better than none. But this is the information I want to bring you, so that way you can make informed decisions and have informed discussions with your friends, your coworkers, your colleagues, your family. Okay, don't believe everything the box on the wall tells you. Don't believe it. Again, are all Israelis bad? No. Are all Palestinians bad? No. Are there bad people on both sides? Absolutely. Have war crimes been committed on both sides? Yes. You cannot argue with that. Yes. Hamas soldiers went in and killed 1,300-ish people on the 7th. Okay? That happened. 15,000, somewhere between 12 and 15,000 Palestinians have been killed since that happened. So you went from eye for an eye to eye, and now I'm going to cut your head off and burn your body. So there's that. Let me hop in the chat real quick. Scott says, don't believe anything you hear and only half of what you see. Yes, that's a good place to start. Folks, this is straight from Scripture. Do not miss it. What's up, Wonder Liquor? How you doing? But yes, pre-crime city prepper, pre-crime. And these are the things they don't show you. They don't want you to know this. So share this video. I'll keep it short. Share this video. Let people know. Let people know what's really going on. Don't believe everything our government wants you to believe. I mean, most of us don't until it becomes emotional. And that's how they target you with propaganda. They make it emotional. They show you the picture of a kid. They show you this. They show you that. They say, oh, you're not a patriot if you don't support this, or you're an anti-Semite if you support that. No, just because I call somebody out for doing something bad doesn't make you anti-Semitic. Okay. I have Jewish friends. I have Muslim friends. I have Christian friends and Catholic friends. I don't hold all my Catholic friends. I'm like, well, you can't be around my kids because I know how you people are. No, there are some that you might be like that with, but don't be friends with them. Okay. It's easy. All right. I have, friends that are Buddhist and, associates that are Buddhist. My real friends are people who are members of my tribe. We think alike, not identical, but similar. We have similar core values. Okay. Those are members of my tribe. Those are people I consider family. I like history, so I have mixed feelings on the sides of savages and corrupt politicians. Yes, I got you. And it depends on, we have to be careful, Bernard, using words like savages. Who's a savage? I mean, what's a savage? Is a savage someone who uses low-tech means to accomplish their goals, or is it somebody who uses high-tech means to wipe out large amounts of innocent people? Which way is it? I think to find savages. When I think savages, I think of like MS-13. Okay, there's no moral compass, brutal, no rules. There's no fundamental concept of good and evil. All right, that's a savage when they have no moral compass at all. All right, so just use your mind and think about what you're seeing. Dissect what you're seeing. Assume everything that you see on TV is slanted and trying to convince you that it's real, and know that it's not, and figure out what is actually the truth. Okay? Randy was a savage. Don't start it. Yeah. Don't, Dome Seeker, don't start. The Macho Man. That's right. Randy Savage. That's the only Savage I knew growing up. All right. Now, right now, the Prepping Artist has a live. So go on over there if you want and check out their stream. I'm going to hop over there here in a minute. Common sense works well. LOL. It's unique sense. It's unique. It's not common or everybody would have it. So, hey, Chewbacca, how are you doing? There's a reason why America isn't mentioned in the book of Revelation. Get right, folks. Well, America, of course, America wouldn't be in the book of Revelation because it was not here yet. Okay. You got to think of it like that. Maybe this is the new Babylon. Maybe this is the new Israel. Who knows? Who knows? Remember, all these rivers that you see, like the Tigris, the Euphrates, the Mississippi, Memphis, all right? Memphis, Egypt, Memphis, Tennessee, both have pyramids. These were given names by men, okay? We're going to get off topic here real quick, and I digress. Listen, I know lots of you like the Bible. I think it's a good book too. I believe a lot of things that it says in there. However, I am intelligent enough to acknowledge that there were more than 4 apostles, okay? And so when you have a book that is completely composed of things that only 4 out of 12 guys, 4 out of 12, that's not even a majority, right? Majority rules, right? I want to know what the other guys said too, what the other guys saw. Because if you just blindly follow the Bible, you're not following what the apostles taught. You're following what a king a long time ago decided he wanted you to know. And you limiting yourself and excluding all the things the king didn't want you to know. All right? Council of Nicaea. They edited it. A bunch of editors came together and said, nope, can't let them see this, can't let them see that, can't let them see this, can't let them see that. Okay? So, open your mind a little bit. We're all adults here. Open your mind and think logically. All right. Dead Sea Scrolls are apart. Old Testament, New Testament is incomplete. The New Testament is incomplete. Whether you like that or not, it is a fact. It was taken apart and put together in a version that they wanted to give you. Just look at the word King James Version. There's version. All right? So figure out the truth. Do research. Don't preach that it's 100% true when you don't know it. All right. Good night. God bless. And I'll see y'all next time. I'm out.